Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. To our left-hand side are Disney's Palm and Disney's Magnolia golf courses at the Shades of Green Resort. These award-winning courses are part of the annual PGA Tour each fall.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us again. This is Tim Scott.
I'm Bob Collar.
And this is ResortLoop.com episode 154. 154.
I think we're going to have a very exciting episode 155. Not to jump ahead.
Don't do it.
But I'm hoping.
Jinxer.
I probably did, didn't I?
You jinxed it.
Hey, real quick, I got a shout out. Before we get the show started, this is a shout out to, and I just looked on my Twitter account, and Tyler at Disneyman92. We know Tyler.
Yes, we do.
And Jessica. They are at Walt Disney World right now. He took a picture on the monorail heading into the Contemporary.
Ooh.
And he says, what do they call this again? The mono loop of resorts? So I thought that was pretty funny.
Yes.
That, of course, Tyler, the Resort Loop.
Of course.
Well, of course. So
nice.
We got another shout out, yes?
Absolutely we do. Special one we're going to send out to Jeremy Buck.
Yes.
Oh, another one off the Twitter. Send us a picture of him at the cars section at one of your new favorite resorts, the Art of Animation.
Yes.
Holding up a package of the official coffee of ResortLoop.com, Joffrey's Coffee.
Woohoo!
And he was listening to the Resort Loop podcast, and he says, loving his Disney trip.
What better? You're at Disney, you got your Joffrey's Coffee, and listening to the show.
You've got Bob and Tim, or Tim and Bob.
Whoever. Bing bong.
It doesn't matter. Bing bong. Exactly.
Or Ben and Ava. We don't know.
We love them too.
Or Fish Sean Woo and Ji Woo.
Oh.
We got, everybody's on board.
We do.
Let's just listen to it on the monorail, and my gosh, I don't know. I think my head would explode if I did all that.
I think your streams will officially cross.
Hey, got some housekeeping before we start the show as well, concerning our zombie show.
Yes.
A couple of shows back.
Yes, I really should have done post-show research. So
Well, we said, hey, to the LooperNation, if you guys got any ideas, throw them out there. So, of course, a good pal, Chris, goes by Disney Chicago, said, zombies in Walt Disney World. He says, enter at Disney Chicago, professional zombie hunter and amateur submarine captain. I didn't know they had submarines in Chicago. But he went with, he had a top 3 list of what he has to do if zombies appear at Walt Disney World. Number 3 was run to the Maelstrom. It's well fortified with all the walls and gates up everywhere.
Oh, very nice. I can see that.
That's a little too soon. A lot of people still angry. So, all right. Anyway, number 2, he said aboard the Grand One would be a good place to be.
Oh, I like that.
Seriously luxurious and well stocked.
Nice.
And anchored right in the middle of Bay Lake. That's not a bad call.
No.
We've talked about zombies can't swim.
No, if you're going to be holed up, do it in luxury.
Right. Now, cursed pirates, they can walk on the sea floor.
That's true.
So,
I do know that.
Yeah. And they don't have any flesh, so the flesh-eating amoebas in the lakes won't bother them. It's early. We're doing this a little earlier.
A little bit.
All right. And then finally, his number 1 place that he would hang out, the Swiss Family Treehouse. It's got fresh water, bathrooms. I've never seen bathrooms on there. Shelter, and there's only one entrance, virtually zombie-proof. So that was from Disney Chicago. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate that. You had one as well, didn't you?
I've got one here from Christina Rummery. She says, the best place to go, now she thought this out, in Epcot would be the land.
You know what? That's a good idea.
Now you gotta look at this. There's only one entrance, which she can be easily secured.
Yeah.
It's elevated. It's on a hill, and the top is glass, so it's strong enough to withstand hurricanes, So she thinks the glass will also be strong enough against the undead.
Well, that's true.
We'll say the undead can be crafty, though. We got to remember that.
Can they? No, they can't.
So you can also watch for zombie attacks through the glass, and you can get food from the restaurants. And that should you run out, now this is brilliant.
Yeah.
You've got your own renewable food source in Living with the Land. She calls it your own personal biodome.
You know what? That is brilliant.
And I will say you can probably get Polly Shore to actually harvest for you and work the work the fields in there. I'm just saying.
All right. I'm editing that part out.
You are not.
No one should ever watch Polly Shore and Biodome. Ever. Do not waste 2 hours of your life.
If you're going to watch him in Son-in-Law. That actually amused me. Buddy.
Oh, you broke out Polly Shore. Oh, my gosh.
Bob,
anyway.
I have rambled long enough. What is our show about today?
That was a good idea. I like both of those ideas. Those are brilliant.
Yes.
All right. And by the way, one of our listeners wanted us to do a show on zombies and actually sent us that note right after we had recorded the zombie show.
That is so hilarious. Yes. Like a day or two later, we got one saying we should do a zombie show. So I think we might have to do a follow-up zombie show.
I like that idea.
He gave us some more criteria to figure in there, so we're gonna have to go with that.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun as well. So Tim.
Yes, Bob.
What are we gonna talk about today?
Well, we put it out there to the loopers.
Yes.
And we want to know what ride at a Disney park gives you the willies.
Ooh.
And why?
LooperNation comes through, don't they?
They know what the willies are.
We have 106 pages to read through, so settle back. No, I'm just kidding.
Get your Joffrey's coffee.
Get your Joffrey's coffee. Why don't you start us out then, Tim?
All right, Len Mascaro. He says Test Track freaks him out a little bit. The high-speed turns makes him nervous since he's not driving and in control.
I could see that.
Oh, he goes, here's a pronunciation name for a last name. Did I get it right?
Yeah, yes, you did. I believe I mispronounced him last time. Because I have a friend whose last name is Marsico.
There's no R in there. And
I know, but you know how that is. When you see a name, you miss some stuff because you're reading quick.
That's true, Mr. Collier. Let's keep going.
You threw it out there.
I had to.
So, Len, I apologize for that. Mascaro.
Yes.
Is Len's last name. All right. Rebecca Toon says, and I think all of us can agree to this, the credit card statement attraction makes her jump every time.
Oh, my goodness. I clench up every time going, is it going to be good or bad?
Isn't it true, though?
It
you
is.
get that bill hanging on your door.
Mm-hmm.
The guy running around on the Segway. I love that. I don't know why. But you open it up and you go, hey, that ain't so bad.
I've done that, yes.
I thought it was going to be a lot worse.
That's right. Or you're yelling, who went to the spa? Who was at the spa?
Exactly.
Awesome. Scott Danziger goes, it's a small ride has been proven time and time again to drive people completely and totally, utterly insane. He gets shivers up his spine just thinking about it.
Oh, come on.
Oh, Scott.
Come on. You got to love It's a Small World.
Freaked out by little dolls. Little dolls freak him out.
Apparently, well, some of them got them eyes.
They do follow you around. He might be onto something.
They stare at you as you go by, if you've noticed that.
No, I'm creeping out a little bit.
Jonathan F. Jones says, The Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. The Huffalumps and Woozles are terrifying. You know what? I agree with that. That one kind of gave me a little bit like, ooh, if you're a little kid. Oh.
Yeah, the red's a little freaky with all the colors and the movements anyway. It's a kind of...
Yeah.
Special friend of the show, Kathleen Kelly. She says, when the bugs crawl all over you in A Bug's Life.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I've taken my son there since he was a little guy, and he was not thrilled with that ride. He did not like that one at all.
A lot of kids that scares him a little bit. Hopper at the end where he comes out, and he's a little bit scary.
Yeah, he's a little creepy.
Yeah. Jason Osborne says, Space Mountain with the lights on.
I haven't done that yet.
I've seen it on pictures, but I've never seen it. And it does look, it's a little terrifying when you see the twists and turns and how close the tracks are to one another, I guess.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Monorailmice.com. They threw out the obvious one. I think sure we're all. If you've been to the parks for years, you'll remember this one: the extraterrestrial alien encounter. When it would go dark and you could feel it breathing down your neck.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
How was that?
You need a breathing treatment? You okay?
I might.
What was it? The asthma kicking up? What was that? Yeah, that ride was frightening. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Thanks, guys.
Nathaniel Schur says, when I was younger, Snow White's scary adventure.
Yes.
Especially when the witch is at the mirror, then turns around as the old woman.
Yes.
I know. I agree 100% with that. That one's still, I mean, if it's not there anymore, but it scared me the last time I wrote it. And then he says, another one, Honey, I Shrunk the Audience, again when he was young, especially when the rat tails were whipping your legs.
Yes.
Says it imagines it's tough to be a bug, does the same for young children these days. Yeah. You know what else that always kind of freaked me was that, what was it, the lion? Was it the lion that came out at you, or the snake?
Oh, the snake, yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely Willie's involved there. Catherine Krebs Rice. Oh, she's going old school. I love this. There are a few old ones that come to mind, but the 20,000 Leagues totally freaked her out as a younger person. Being stuck in a tiny space, feeling like I was a lot further underwater than I actually was. It frightened her big time. That being said, it was kind of cool, and she misses it. I agree.
Yeah.
I remember doing it as a kid, too. I'm thinking, wow, we're underwater.
Yeah.
But then I would see the light peeking up like through the hatch at the top a little bit. Like they opened it early. I don't remember what it was. I was like, what? My universe came crashing down. I was like, what is going on?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I know, you don't.
It went way underwater, out in the ocean somehow.
Yes, as we learned on our last April 1st show, they are going to use those to shuttle people back and forth from the Transportation and Ticket Center to the Magic Kingdom.
I want that to happen. I really do. That would be awesome.
I'd pay a little extra to do that.
I would too.
Are you listening out there? Are you listening?
That would be very cool. Murray J. Conway Jr. said, the Haunted Mansion in the stretching room. Please move to the dead center of the room.
No.
That one gets my wife. That one freaks her out a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. And then the lights go out, and sometimes the cast member will bang the wall and scare people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jen Steed, good friend of the show, she goes, Pirates does. Only because of the legend of Imagineer George.
All right.
Now, Bob.
All right.
Tell us about George. Not everyone knows about George.
Not everyone knows about George, and I wanted to find a suitable website that would give an explanation of George. So check out forums.wdwmagic.com. They've got a great explanation of George. They say George is generally regarded as a friendly ghost, but he has a reputation for making mischief for non-believers. Legend has it that the Pirates of the Caribbean cast members say good morning and good night to him each day so he doesn't muck up the works and cause a breakdown. Guests who profess not to believe in him sometimes feel his wrath. I guess people have seen, supposedly, George looking down upon them from the load area or from the fortress at Bombardment Bay. So I don't know. George at Pirates of the Caribbean. So,
There you go.
But then again, dead men tell no tales. So I don't know how George is doing.
That's true.
That. All right. So there's George. Freddie P.
Freddie.
Good. Good pal of the show says, interesting question. None of the rides at Walt Disney World scare me very much. However, while on our last trip, I was in the middle of a midlife crisis. Don't we know that?
Oh, my.
Contemplating my own mortality, the meaning of life, and the overall existence of mankind and the universe. Strangely enough, the ride that gave me the willies was not the Haunted Mansion or Tower of Terror, but it was Spaceship Earth. I was so creeped out that I almost had a panic attack. Luckily, it subsided quickly, but it was weird. This was the first time I've mentioned it to anyone. So there you go. All of LooperNation now knows that Freddie P had a panic attack on Spaceship Earth. I can kind of see that.
Yeah, causes some reflection.
Yeah. You're thinking of your own mortality and all of that. And then Chuck Osborne agreed with Freddie. Said, I was there Saturday. He was there a couple of weeks ago, and it did him too.
Oh, my goodness.
He said he even felt sick, and yet it's never bothered him before.
My goodness, we're going to need to have some therapists at the end of that ride. Wow.
I'm saying it's Judi Dench.
Oh.
It's all her fault.
I'm saying when it's all done and over with, you need to thank the Phoenicians.
I knew you were going to do that.
I had to do something. Oh.
The Phoenicians are making you sick. They gave you the alphabet, and now they need to give you some Tums.
Oh. Okay, well, Celebrations Magazine with our good friend Tim Foster, good friend of the show.
Hey, Tim.
Says, he must admit it that if the Haunted Mansion stops or slows while he's on it, or they're on it, it does make him nervous.
That's going to lead into mine.
Oh.
But yeah.
Okay.
Jamie Lee Frazier says, Tower of Terror. Yikes, that ride is so awesome, but the drops make me shake like a leaf, and I'm always so nervous waiting in line.
Oh, I'm with Jamie.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Wyatt France, as soon as I start rolling down the halls on the Tower of Terror, I wish I had changed my mind. All I think about at that point is what if the brakes go out on the ride? Exactly.
I've thought of that too. That's
it only takes once.
It's never going to happen.
I know.
Well inspected.
Absolutely.
Good pal of the show, Keith White says, I agree with several of my fellow loopers. Alien Encounter, though, to be a bug. Oh, tough to be a bug, but my family, for his family, it's Dinosaur and the Tower of Terror. They keep you both on the edge of your seat and are truly scary. Well done, Imagineers. I agree. The Imagineers, they really make the rides.
They do. I think they enjoy doing the scarier ones too.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree.
Margot Mead, she agrees. She goes, that Alien Encounter attraction, although she's only ever went on it once, and that was enough. She reiterates about the bugs crawling under you in a bug's life. Why stand up just before the show gets to that? She's the one standing, everybody. Go, hey, Margot.
Sit down.
And the mice tail's coming out from you under the seat in Honey, I Shrunk the Audience film. Which she still prefers over Captain Neo. Oh, you lost me there, Margot. Well, anyway.
That one scares me.
I know those qualify as rides. Also, the dinosaur ride at the Animal Kingdom. They all count, Margot. You're good.
Absolutely.
All good.
Yeah, the dinosaur. I can see where a dinosaur makes people nervous.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of flashing lights and those dinosaurs jumping out at you. Yeah.
Lots of bouncing and turns. Yes.
Jennifer Folk Galambos. I
think you're good.
Did Alien Encounters on my senior class trip and screamed the entire time. Now I would have to say Tower, only the anticipation of when will the drops come. And really, if you think about it, Alien Encounter, that's why they had to restrain people. They could not let people jump up and run around in that dark.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you are sitting in a chair and not moving and they still restrain you, you're in for a ride.
Oh, awesome. Peyton Turner chimes in. Stitch is just creepy, but in a bad way.
Come on.
Also, the fashion show. The inappropriately dressed guest. You go, seriously, folks, there's kids around. They're pretty scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Yeah.
There's always a couple.
Yeah. As I've said on past shows, just because spandex can stretch that far doesn't mean it should. Anyway, I'm just saying. I agree. Some of our fellow visitors to the parks.
Yeah. Just because you have a tattoo there doesn't mean I want to see it.
And moving on, Joanne Ralston says, I have issues with Tough to Be a Bug. I always leave itchy.
Ooh, yeah.
I've had that feeling.
Yeah. Maureen Keeley Bucalato, I'm sorry. Alien Encounter scared me the first time she went on it. Then she laughs.
Yeah. I love Alien Encounter. Susan Buckley Brass concurs Alien Encounter was a good one for giving you the willies.
Yes, Robin Howard, Stitch, awfully creepy. And the credit card ride. Yes. Going along with the Rebecca tune.
There you go. Absolutely. Mark Lepper says, extraterrestrial alien encounter, Stitch's Great Escape isn't much better.
I'm picking up a theme with some of the scary ones. Love it.
Exactly.
Christina Rummery. It's not there anymore, but when they had the alien ride, it made her squirm. The part where they had the hot breath in your neck always makes me try to jump out of my seat. Probably where they have the roller coaster restraints. Or why they have the roller coaster restraints. Yep,
there you go. And then they drip that hot or warm water on you like it was drooling on you. Ugh. Florence Hankey Porter says Disneyland's Haunted Mansion.
Ooh.
It's not as scary as when I was 6 when it opened, but I was in my teens before I let myself watch the entire ride. How about that?
I like it. Going through there with eyes closed. Love it.
Yeah.
Tamara Spidell kicks in. Alien Encounter of the Magic Kingdom gives her the willies. And now I refuse to ride Stitch's Great Escape. Chili dog breath on my neck? No, thank you.
Yeah.
You can get that from Stitch or you can get that from me. Either way.
You know what? I think it might have been you. You might have been sitting behind her.
I do enjoy a good chili dog.
Tony, he goes by @BrownsBucks.
Hey.
Wonder where Tony's from.
What state that is?
Says the caves at Tom Sawyer's Islands always makes his heart race.
Oh.
The tight spaces, lighting, and sound effects set an eerie mood. I agree with that. I was there the last time I was there. We went over there, my son and I, and there was a little girl crying because it freaked her out being in the caves. So I can see that.
Yeah, absolutely. Munchburger. He goes, for some reason, he freaked out on the PhilharMagic.
Huh.
The first time we went. Then he goes, huh.
That's what I said. Huh.
So you said, too. Maybe it was just the intense 3D.
That could be.
That is some crystal clear 3D in there.
It's one of the best rides or shows.
Yes.
Lori goes by Mousecation at Me Church Lady on the Twitter. Says, the one ride I panicked on was the swings at Disney's California Adventure. Insert cuss words there.
Oh, we'll skip that part.
Rest or health related, Tower of Terror weight ends me in a panic. So she, those swings, I've ridden swings like that. We didn't do that when we were out in California, but those things spin kind of fast. So the bottom of my feet, I don't know why. You ever get that prickly feeling at the bottom of your feet? When you say, I'm afraid of heights, so I get that a lot.
Oh, yes.
You don't get that, do you?
No, I don't. I know what you're talking about, but I was just going with it.
Yeah, it could be diabetes. It could be, I'm not sure. Just fear of heights. I'm not sure.
Oh. You have a lack of blood flow.
Could be. Could be that.
Yeah, I think you're fine. Friend of the show, Safari Mike, at Jumbo, everyone. You know him from the Radio Harambe guys.
Yeah.
He goes, guys ogling Divine freak him out. They give him the willies. If Divine was a guy, most people would be freaked out. The Bill from Victoria and Albert's freaks him out.
You know that.
You can't dine and dash from there very easily. The Lumberjack Show, I've not seen it, but yeah. And the parking at Downtown Disney, which I have done that attraction, and that is scary, and you could insert cuss words there as well, but that's just temporary.
Yeah. Two of those, anyway, have to deal with, again, our fellow travelers to Walt Disney World, because you get somebody driving like a maniac in Downtown Disney's parking lot. Oh, my gosh.
Ugh.
It is frightening. Pixie Dust Daily on the Twitter says, some guy next to me was a little too excited when Ariel got her legs in The Voyage of the Little Mermaid. That freaked him out. They gave him the willies. So
really?
I understand. Oh. I understand. Again, we enjoy our fellow Disney travelers, but come on.
Exactly. Let's use the term passionate for that one.
Okay.
Oh, Christy, Songs of Frogs.
Oh,
she's asking how many people know about George.
There you go. George again, yeah.
Bob just told you about George, and she agrees with the tough to be the bug. She hates it when the bugs run past her feet.
Yeah, that scares a lot of kids.
Oh, yeah.
Richard Payne. Good pal of the show, Richard Payne.
Richard.
And I agree with him on this. This kind of gives me the willies every time I ride the ride. Dr. Nigel Channing's moon face gives him the willies.
Yeah.
It's a little freaky.
Yeah.
A little freaky.
Oh, here's one.
Yeah.
Christy, Mission Space. And she goes, holy claustrophobia. That does, man. That thing comes right down on you.
That absolutely does. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a tight squeeze. 1 Minute Disney Dream says Pirates, because you never know when George the Ghost will strike.
See, George.
Be nice to George. You don't have to worry about it.
John at Fort Wilderness Guy on Twitter goes, oh, Canada. Martin Short freaks him out.
Oh, come on.
Come on, that's Franck.
Come on.
Love Franck.
He needs to watch Captain Ron.
Oh, I love Captain Ron.
I know you
We've
do.
talked about that before.
Anytime I can throw out a Captain Ron, I'm going to do it. And finally, on the Twitter, Beth Ann goes by at Beth Ann's Best, says, do shows count? I hate the Tough to Be at Bug show. Ew, bugs.
Yeah, not a fan of the bugs either.
So there you go. That's from LooperNation, things that give us the willies. So that leaves, Tim, you and I.
Yes.
What, my friend, gives you the willies when you go to Walt Disney World?
I am going...
Or any of the Disney parks.
Besides the bill.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, which we all know. I'm agreeing with some of the loopers. It is the Tower of Terror. Because of the anticipation of the free fall freaks me out.
Really?
It is, yes. I enjoy it. Like I talked to you before. I love the whole ride. Fantastic theming, fantastic effects.
Yeah.
But that free fall thing freaks me out, and the anticipation, I can't really enjoy it fully because I've got the willies.
Nothing wrong with that.
No,
a lot of people feel that way.
I wasn't saying there's anything. You saying there's something wrong with it? That's what I'm getting.
Well, I say there's something wrong with you. Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, okay, well, that I've heard. That I know.
Yeah.
We've shared that before.
You would think I would be a little bit willied at that ride because I'm afraid of heights, but for some reason it doesn't. I don't know. It's just I enjoy it. It's a great ride, but it doesn't give me that feeling. But what does give me that feeling?
But first,
what?
You're a pilot and heights freak you out. Let's delve into this a little bit.
Yes, we're not. This is not psychoanalyzing, Bob.
All right. I'm an Olympic swimmer, but I have a fear of the water.
That would stop it.
Sorry.
That would take hours. Nobody has time for that.
No.
What freaks me out is when I'm in the graveyard scene at Haunted Mansion and it stops.
Oh.
I don't know why, but the back of the hairs on the back of my neck stand up, and it's just, I don't know. I get the willies from that ride if I get stuck in it, especially the graveyard scene. It's just, I don't know. I'm expecting something else.
Yes.
It's not, George. If George was in the Haunted Mansion, that's what I would expect.
Oh,
yeah, that one freaks me out a little bit.
Can I throw out another one? Because your thing just reminded me of one I used to have.
Absolutely.
Going through the Haunted Mansion, when I was a little guy, going through with my dad, we get to the, after you go backwards,
right?
You recline a little bit, and then you're going through the graveyard.
Yeah.
And you got the things that pop up behind the tombstones.
Oh, yeah.
Every time, he would poke me in the side as each one would pop up.
No.
Yes.
Maybe we should psychoanalyze you.
Exactly. And it wasn't just like one trip. Every time.
This explains so much about you.
Does it? Have I shared too much? Do we need to edit this part out?
No, now I understand you a little bit better.
Oh, my goodness.
That's why you have this obsession with the buzzer. You're trying to give back.
The buzzer.
What you had to endure.
The pain. Oh, the pain. The pain.
Get it.
Oh. That does feel better when I hit that. It does feel better. Oh, yeah. All right. I'm better now.
Okay. Well, thank goodness. Everybody, thanks for participating.
That was awesome.
As you all know, we just absolutely love participation from LooperNation, and keep that coming. So we'll have another question out there pretty soon. And Tim.
Yes.
That's all I got.
What else could I share? I've shared too much already. But if you'd like to psychoanalyze me on a personal level, my Twitter is at ResortLoop.Tim. We have the website, ResortLoop.com. Don't forget, Facebook.com/ResortLoop.Tim. How about that?
Ooh, I like that.
I snuck that in there.
You did sneak that in there. And I'm Resort Loop Bob on the Twitter and Instagram. Don't forget Facebook.com/ResortLoop as well. Like us over there and like us and give us a little review on iTunes. Where else can I listen, Tim?
I would try the Stitcher. You can always find us over there.
Excellent.
That's all we got. This has been the Gateway to the Magic.
See you, everybody.
This, as you may recognize, is a maintenance service elevator, still in operation, waiting for you. We invite you, if you dare, to step aboard, because in tonight's episode, you are the star, and this elevator travels directly to the Twilight Zone.
Playful spooks have interrupted our tour. Please remain seated in your doom.